Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, I hope everybody's doing well out there on this April 2nd. Wow. We're already out of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, going into the second quarter. Well, hey, I hope everybody's doing well out there, kind of heading into that Passover, Resurrection Day, Easter service, all those particular things, a lot of fasting. Went to one of my good brothers is Muslim, went to a Ramadan kind of event, so that was good. That was real good. So but this morning I want to talk to you about accountability, right? Kind of be brief, but that was kind of pressing on my mind because there may have been some things that you wanted to get done in the first quarter, right? That for some reason you weren't able to get done, right? So when you just think about accountability, it really kind of leans towards the condition of being accountable, right? So last week, my lodge, Truth in Union 594, we were actually recognized by the Georgia State Capitol for our community service, ladies and gentlemen, right? It was a great experience. But when they read this, resolution in terms of the things that we have accomplished, they talked about we did a lot of food drives to feed the community. We did blood drives as well. We did back to school programs, right? We did all of these things to help the community because we held ourselves accountable. The result of that was we were recognized by the state Senate for that work. Okay, so now that's not the reason why we do those particular things, but I just want to talk to you about being and holding yourself accountable, right? And not worrying about what goes on around you. Now, why is that significant? That's significant because a lot of you that's watching right now have some things inside of you that you know you need to get done, right? So in this second quarter, I'm just challenging you to hold yourself accountable. Now, listen to what I'm about to say. Hold yourself accountable to do the things you know that you have the ability to do, but for some reason, there's been some procrastination. There may have been fear inside there, right? But for some reason, you didn't get a chance to get it done. Now, the reason why that's significant, I'm telling you now, is because you have something inside of you that you need to accomplish. But the trick is, it's not for you. I'm going to say it again. What you have to do inside of your unction, inside of you to get done, is not for you. I talk about The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren all the time, right? And in that book, if you turn to page 17, the first words on that page, it says, it's either page 14 or page 17, it says, it's not about you. Say it again. It's not about you. Meaning, the life that we're living is not about us, ladies and gentlemen. So the significance of accountability says there's some things inside of you, right? There's gifts, there's talent, there's certain things that you know you need to get done. But I'm challenging you in the second quarter to hold ourselves, not just you, to hold ourselves accountable despite fear, right? So people talk about fear, right? Because there's certain things that may have happened in your past, or there may be things that people, said about you or saying about you that's kind of holding you back. So you're not so sure if you have the aptitude, right? The ability, the confidence to get these things done. Well, I promise you, you do. Why? Because your creator would not have given it to you if he didn't give you the ability. Now, when you deal with the things that's holding you back, you have to face those things, right? Unfortunately, you can't go around them. You can't go under them. Sometimes you can't go over them. You have to go through those things to accomplish that thing that you know you have the ability to accomplish. Now, I didn't say it was going to be easy, right? Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we think that when we start out to do things, everybody around us should be clapping and cheering us on. Well, unfortunately, that's not the reality sometimes, right? So it may not be easy, but I promise you, it'll be necessary, right? Because there's so many lives, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many lives out there that's assigned to you that you have to touch. You have no idea the pain and suffering of those that are around you, that are inside of your circle, that are suffering in silence. Every time you see them, they got a smile on their face. Every time you see them, they're kind of upbeat. But if you ever just slow down and just have a one-on-one conversation with those individuals, men and women, you start to realize and understand there's certain aspects of their life that they're kind of challenged in. So much so, they don't even talk about it. So question, what happens if you have the formula? What happens if you have the antidote? What happens if you have the prescription to free those individuals? That those individuals can actually partake in whatever you have to bring to this society, and it can help them. It can benefit them. Like you have absolutely no idea the significance of that thing that's inside of you, that's laying dormant, that's waiting to be birthed. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Only you, not I, only you can birth that idea, can birth that desire that permeates inside of you. But you're afraid, you're fearful of what people might think or what people might say about that thing that you want to do. You know you can do, but you're not so sure. You're just a little bit shaky, right? And then you might look around and there's nobody else that's doing it, right? So now you say to yourself, oh man, am I really the one, right? Am I really the person that my creator has chosen to bring this to the world? Well, you've always been the one, right? I use analogy in terms of one of my friends or partners. I talk about, the Matrix, right? I talk about, if anybody seen the Matrix, when you really understand the Matrix, if you watch the first one and if you watch the last one, the significance of the Matrix that's inside of us is Neo, from day one, Neo was always the one, right? It took all the way to the last one, or the one before the last one, for him to realize that he was the one, right? So if you think about the Matrix, from the first one, he was fighting. Second one, he fighting. When Neo realized he was the one, he stopped fighting, ladies and gentlemen, right? When the Sentinels were shooting at him, what did he do? He just put his hand up, right? Bullets fell. He stopped fighting when he realized. Same individual, when he realized he was the one. So I challenge you today. Are you the one, right? Or are you running from the one, which is still you? There's something inside of you that at a certain point, you have to recognize that you are the one. No matter what anybody said about you, no matter what they say about you, you are the one. You're the one to make it happen. You're the one to bring that dream to fruition. Now, your creator will put people around you, right, to make sure that you're supported to get those things accomplished, right? But you're the nucleus. You're the one. Why? Because he gave it to you. He didn't give it to them. Now, you can articulate what he gave to you, but you are the one to bring those things to reality, to bring those things to fruition. Now, We're about to enter the second quarter, right? For this quarter, I just want you to write down 3 things, right? Just 3 things that you're going to accomplish this quarter. And you can break it up by months, right? You don't have to beat yourself up, but just find time inside of these next 3 months to accomplish 3 things that you know and that you say you want to accomplish. You know what they are. Excuse me. Nobody has to tell you what they are. You don't have to go around searching, right? And I know, you know what you're going to tell me? Hey, Thomas, but I'm busy. Hey, we're all busy, right? I don't know anybody just sitting around just watching, TV all day long, day in and day out, right? Some of us watch TV just for relaxation, right? But it doesn't take away the ability to get those things done. Now, typically, we all have an agenda, right? We all have things to do, right? So inside of your list of things to do, all I'm asking you and all I'm challenging you is to put yourself on your list. Might sound comical, right? Why? Because our list typically consists of all these things for other people, right? I know you might be laughing right about now, but it's just true. It's just a God's honest truth, right? Our own list don't incorporate us. So I'm just challenging you, those that are out there listening, I'm just challenging you. For the next 3 months, add you to your list. Just put 3 things down that you're going to accomplish in this first quarter, and then we'll do some checks and balances and get back to that. I'm currently working on a group coaching program, you guys, right? That I feel that can help the masses, right? I do one-on-one coaching right now. It's going good. But I feel that, I can reach more people with a group. Good morning. I can reach, hey, good morning, football. I can reach more people, right, with a group coaching, scenario where now you can start to do things, right, and have a community around you to help support those things that you may have a little bit of fear doing. But at the same time, you can do it, right? Why? Because life happens, ladies and gentlemen, right? There's some things that are going on in our lives right now that we can't control, right? Because it's called life, right? And life happens to every single one of us, right? But the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is in terms of accountability is don't quit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't give up. Don't tap out, right? Why? Because it may be dark right now in your life, right? You may be going through some challenges, right? But somewhere I read that joy comes in the morning, right? I've never experienced a double night, right? It's never been dark night twice, 2 nights. No. At a certain point over the horizon, there's joy, there's sun. But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, when our lives get so dark, we just want to quit. We just want to tap out, right? We just want to give up, right? But I'm encouraging you on this day to stay steadfast, right? Stay focused on the things that you know you can do. Why is that significant, Thomas? That's important because sometimes we stress over things that we can't control, right? I was once told, control the controllables. Control the things that you can control. And this next quarter, I want you to control 3 things, right? That you know that you can control. But I want you to do something. No excuses. I want you to hold you accountable to get those things done. Again, if you need assistance, I'm a visionary coach. You can reach out to me. You could DM me, and I'll be more than happy to assist you, right? Because I know sometimes we grow weary, right? That's just the reality of it, right? Because, sometimes a lot of us are the quote unquote strong ones in your family, right? So what does that mean? That means everybody comes to you with all their issues, challenges, situations, right? But one of my good friends told me one time, my man Eugene, he said, yo, T, he said, who are you plugged into, right? So my question is, if you're that person in your family, who are you plugged into to give you juice, to give you energy? Because there's still something that's inside of you that needs to get done, Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, not going to keep you long, but it's April 2nd, right? As you can see, time waits for no one. We're in the second quarter. Let's focus on accountability and finish strong. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. You guys go out there on this day, hold yourself accountable, and make it a great day. Talk to you soon.